Alabama's red hot right now in recruiting, and On3 even threw out a ranking for the month of June, which Alabama dominated. So what about July? We're going to talk about that with some intel that our buddy Andrew Bone dropped out there for everyone. Also, how about Courtney Morgan? A lot of people talking about him. We're going to get into that. And again, 2 tickets, big and rich, July 6th, Pearl River Resort, last chance. It is your last chance to get qualified for those because they'll be coming to your city if your city is Philadelphia, Mississippi. Like and subscribe. Thanks for being part of our show, guys. And I'll tell you what, man, we can't tell you enough how much we appreciate you being here. The numbers prove it. So thanks, guys. Love you. Roll Tide. Let's go. On a happy Roll Tide to all you guys. There he is. They know him as Big Sexy Elmo from WJLX in Jasper, Alabama. At Brett Elmore Show, I'm at Broadcaster Mick on the socials. What's up, brother?
How are you? Happy Tuesday to you.
Hey, happy Tuesday to you too, man. And we'll get into what's going on Tuesday. But Alabama trying to pick up where they left off in June. What a month of June, right? 11 elite prospects committing to the University of Alabama. So, Brett, let's get into some of these guys and kind of where we stand on all of these guys moving forward. And what the most intriguing guy to me, I got to hit it right out of the chute, is Ohio State commitment from Birmingham, five-star, what was he, cornerback, defensive back.
Yeah,
Na'eem Offord. Yeah, and the reason I was slowing up is because I noticed the graphic was wrong. So I'm fixing the graphic right now as we talk.
You're fine, pal. I could talk about Offord all day long, baby. Because guess what? We need.
There it is.
There he is. We need to flip this guy. Ohio State doesn't have any business coming into the Birmingham metro area and picking up some studs out of our stable of the state of Alabama. And you are right, because he is one of the most intriguing ones, because we really don't we have a pretty good lead on a lot of folks, but this guy, we're not getting any smoke signals, we're not getting anything.
No, he's been committed for a while, came to Tuscaloosa, rolled back over there, visited Auburn, but he's solid, and Alabama's going to have to do some work if they're going to get offered to decommit. It would be a huge victory for Alabama. I'm sure they're getting their secret weapons like Ryan Hollywood Williams. We already know that he's tried to help flip this guy. This is the type of player you don't want leaving the state. And, we'll see if Alabama can make any headway there. All right, let's talk about another guy, athlete Derek Smith. He can play both sides of the football. He's from Selma, Alabama, number 2 player in the state. Auburn wants to get a piece of him. Obviously, Alabama wants to bring him in too. And you love the fact that, he can do it all, right? Safety, wide receiver, right? I mean, he's a 4-star prospect, and it looks like, and I mean, he is committed to Alabama, that he's going to stick at home. But this is a big time guy that you just want to make sure that you get.
A jack of all trades and master of all of them. This guy's really good. Yeah, the number 2 player in the state, and Offord the number 1 player in the state. So you got the 1-2 punch right here. Excuse me, but
Auburn just kind of creeping around. That's all I'm saying.
They're like that, this summertime. They're like those little. You're outside and you're trying to sit on your back patio, and you get a little music on and everything. Yeah, it's either a gnat or a mosquito, and Auburn's more of a gnat. So. Get out of here.
Well, he's committed to Alabama. They just want to make sure he sticks there, and a great player. And then this guy right here, dad is a former star player, Ivan Taylor, committed to Notre Dame, Alabama trying to pull the flip.
Oh, yeah. Ivan Taylor. Just kidding. That was a joke. That's safety. I was wanting to pull the
you got me.
What was that? The Sean Connery bit on Saturday Night Live where he was playing Jeopardy and he would mispronounce everything. He would run the words together. That was pretty funny. But anyway, no, Ivan Taylor, as an Alabama fan, I don't know. It's sort of kind of in your blood. You really don't like Notre Dame either.
Mm-mm.
And you don't want to lose a guy to Notre Dame. And I'll tell you, one of the biggest joys I had in my life was going to Miami and watching us absolutely curb stomp Notre Dame in the title game.
Yeah, I was there. There.
Yeah, and I mean, that was so much fun to me.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of fans, Mick, lived through that era, and a lot of our viewers probably did, where Notre Dame was a thorn in our side back in the 70s.
Bear never beat him.
Right. And those old school fans, when we beat Notre Dame for the title, it was extra special to them.
Yep. Lost some really close games with Bear Bryant.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Colin Hitzler's the guy recruiting. But, he's a strong Notre Dame commit right now. Florida State, Wisconsin, Tennessee, a bunch of other teams would love to get him. His dad was Ike Taylor. And someone just, and like I said, he's a guy that you keep pushing for, and you hope that maybe there's a connection there, and then you build from that.
Yeah, you hope so, but we'll see.
All right, well, let's talk about the recruiting winners, Brett. And this would, if it was any other team but Alabama here, I would be shocked.
The On3 June Recruiting Winners. Bang! Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Blitz, Bama, Blitz.
Blitz. Number 2, Georgia. 3rd was Oregon. 4th, Ohio State. So that just shows how much ground we made up for that number 1 class. That 5th, how about Penn State doing a really good job recruiting as well. But that is the On3 June Recruiting Winners. But July is going to be even bigger, Mick. It really is.
Yeah, we just talked about 3 guys that Alabama could bring in for July. And there's some 5 stars out there. Caleb Cunningham, we feel like he's going to come. I think A.K. Deer's going to come, and I think he's going to eventually be a 5-star, the number 1 running back. There's just so many players that want to be part of this. And I'll tell you, the national reach of this recruiting class is impressive.
It really is. And let me ask you this, because you get on social media and you start reading things on boards and Twitter and all this other stuff. A lot of people giving Courtney Morgan credit, and they don't think that he gets enough credit for this class. Yeah, Courtney Morgan is the recruiting GM. We didn't have one of those before. This is something that he teamed up with Kalen DeBoer at other stops, including Washington, and has basically a Rolodex of players and relationships. And we've seen it with all of these guys that this class is getting from California. Morgan right in the middle of those guys, especially being out on the West Coast. My biggest concern, and I've said it on here before, and I'll say it again, was that they were going to go get all of these guys from out in California that can play, and they're great players, but not lock down the state, not lock down the perimeter. And I think that they've done a really good job of kind of appreciating that you still got to get Micah DuBose. You still got to get those guys in the state. I'm just using him as an example, but they did a tremendous job of getting him away from Georgia, getting him away from LSU, and getting him into Tuscaloosa. They came in and they did a number to get Ryan Williams and the other guys from the state of Alabama. We just talked about one in Derek Smith. They've got to continue to do that, but at the same time, take advantage of the global connections or in the network that he's got across the country. He's at Michigan too, so he's done a really, really good job of taking advantage of the guys that he had relationships with and getting them in town, but also being able to pivot and keep the in-state guys. And I'll tell you what, I tip my cap to him. He's a big reason why Alabama just had the number 1 recruiting, the winner, I guess, recruiting winners for the month of June. And they're number 2 now in both when I say polls, both services, On3 and 24/7. Yeah. So big month, but we're into July now, and let's see what happens. It's going to be a big week, I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's also a big week for you guys because we're giving the tickets away tomorrow, and it's your last chance. We're going to pick somebody out of the comments section. I promise tomorrow is the day that we're giving these away to Pearl River Resort. You get 2 tickets to Big and Rich at Pearl River. It's going to be a great show. Brett, you're a big and rich guy, and you love Gretchen Wilson.
That's right. And Gretchen Wilson, that redneck woman. And that's kind of one of my Home Wrecker was another one of my favorites. Let's see. And I know you are a big Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy fan.
Yeah, I said that. I do like that song. I like Big and Rich. All right. Appreciate those guys at Pearl River Resort. We'll be there on the 5th to see Boys to Men and hang around. And you'll probably catch us in the Timeout Sports Lounge. We're going to kick back and make some wagers, watch some games, hang out. Maybe Brett's all big into the table games and slots. Both of us will spend the $50 to get to play Dancing Rabbit for $40, and then we won't play it because we're not there to play golf. But if we were, we'd be happy about that. Maybe the spa, Brett, for you, maybe the water park for me, or vice versa. You guys find out for yourself, though, at Pearl River Resort. All right, when we come back, Brett takes over the show, and he lets everyone know what's going on today. It's coming up.
To Pearl River Resort.
They call him Big Sexy, coming at you from the Walker County. Jasper is his hometown. He's known for giving free rundowns. Oh, Big Sexy, throwing out those Alabama thoughts, sneaking out your mom's window without getting caught. Nick gives you the XP, but Big Elmo is here to please. Big Sexy Elmo on the Bama Tailgate Show.
Ah, yes, the West Jasper 7, always laying it down right. Today is July the 2nd. Celebrity birthdays today. Lindsay Lohan, the actress, started out really good in life, was in Freaky Friday and all that. Turned skank, 38 today.
They hate when you use that word. You did it on purpose.
I did it on purpose this time because she went skank there. And I think she may have pulled herself out. I'm not sure. I haven't seen recently, but she had a tough time there. Comment
section, make your comments out to Brett Elmore, a.k.a. Big Sexy Elmo.
Right. A guy I know you're a fan of, Larry David, is 77 today.
Oh, I'm a fan of his. Like, not just a fan, I am a super fan. Yeah. Larry David's one of the funniest guys that's been on television. Of course, you guys know him because the character on Seinfeld, George Costanza, was based on him. And he was one of the writers with Jerry Seinfeld every day on that show. And then now Curb Your Enthusiasm is his show. And I love it. I absolutely love that awkward, no self-awareness character that he plays, the funny stuff that he does all the time. He's the best. He's so funny. I try not to watch the shows that much because I don't want to binge watch them all. I kind of want to have some to enjoy.
Right.
Happy birthday.
Polly Holiday, the actress from Alice. She was Flo. Kiss My Grits, 87 today.
Kiss My Grits. I used to watch that one too.
Did you know where she's from?
She's from Jasper.
She is from Jasper.
Whoa.
Polly Holiday is from Jasper.
Hey, maybe we could take her to a West
West Jasper 7 concert.
Yes. Thank you, Brett.
She would probably she'd probably enjoy that.
Be fun.
I wonder where she is now. I don't
She could do like it'd be funny, like have her come out there and help dedicate the Lost Goober Highway.
Yeah.
And then, then those guys get out there and perform. That'd be a great night.
Yeah, it would be. And if you don't know what Mick was talking about there, Goober Lindsay from Andy Griffith was from Jasper as well.
Yeah.
Buried up in the
hotbed of talent. It's a hotbed of talent.
Really. I mean,
and Brett Elmore from the Brett Elmore shows from
we've
there.
We've had some characters come through.
And
here.
Big Sexy Elmo from
and
Bama
Butterbean.
Tailgate.
And Butterbean.
I love Butterbean.
And Butterbean's from here. Richard Petty is 87 today.
Man, that's the king, man. That is the king. My grandfather used to make me watch NASCAR, and it used to be really hard to watch because it was like two camera angles. It was like the pit and then one camera over the track, and they just ride around in a circle. But he won all those races, and it was a colorful character. He helped make NASCAR what it is. And my godfather was a huge NASCAR fan. They both knew him, and he's just a great guy. Happy birthday. How old did you say he was? 56? No,
I didn't say 56. I said he's 87.
Oh, 87. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, man, he's an old dude. Still looking good, though.
He's getting on up there in age. Today is National Disco Day.
Yeah. You know what? The kings of disco were the Bee Gees. I love the Bee Gees. I listened to those old Casey Kasem like shows, and for the young people, they're like, "Who's that?" They used to do this top 40 radio show. It'd be like, "Coming at you, number 10 on the list from Australia, three brothers, the Bee Gees," and it would, then they would be like, "This is a long distance dedication, dear Casey." And it would get anyway. There was a countdown where they were on 6 of the top 10 songs at one point.
No kidding.
Yeah, they weren't all Bee Gees songs, but they sung on other people's songs. So I think maybe 4 of them were theirs, and then 2 of them, like maybe they written and performed on one, and then they were like an extra voice. But they dominated. You talk about disco, they dominated the day. And my favorite song was "Staying Alive."
Yeah. Ha ha ha. Staying alive. See, that's where we could make some money when we go to Vegas. We could form a Bee Gees tribute act.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Today's our day, but we use this term loosely on ourselves. It is World Sports Journalist Day.
Yeah. We are sports journalists in a light way. I'm more of a skank than a sports journalist. But
no, you're being too hard on yourself. Being way too hard on yourself. But I'm a skank and a sports journalist, and I accept cash, Venmo, Cash App, Amazon gift cards, anything you can think of monetary value. You just send it my way. It's sort of like those people that sell like magic moon rocks or something. Which, by the way, is World UFO Day.
Yeah, and they're real. I mean, look, guys, they're real. They call them UAPs now. They used to be UFOs. The military's chased them. We can't see them with our naked eye, and you wonder, does that mean they're from another dimension, or is there a dimension that we can't perceive without the technology, or what? But there's more to this world than us, and honestly, what the thing about it is, it knowing that really has, and a whole nother topic, but strengthened my faith, just because, there is more to this than we know as people. We're young, 20, what is it? Year 2024, So, I mean, the planet's billions of years old. We're not the only ones out there. Hate to tell you.
Right. And I guess it's all because in 1947, an object crashed near Roswell, New Mexico.
Yeah, and they say that it could be 2 objects that collided together. But
you need to do like a UFO podcast, is what
right.
You
I probably could, yeah. And apparently it was small grays, the race of alien that wrecked their ship, and they were discovered. And the government, first off, it was reported in the newspaper that, hey, we found this. And then the government came in and basically took the debris that was there and mixed in like a weather balloon and said it was a weather balloon. Yet we took all the technology, and it's clear that the technology that we got came off of that spaceship. All of a sudden we went from like, we figured out how to have like chips instead of bulbs in our technology, stealth technology, and a bunch of other stuff came from that. And there's even like documents that, hey, maybe we found something and we gave it to private contractors. I don't know what the big deal is. I don't know why Mexico's not afraid to say they found them, but we are. But that was where it started. And I guess that's why it's World UFO Day, right? Because of Roswell. He doesn't believe me on any of this, but our old buddy Bull does.
I did not say I did not say that. I just said that you know way too much about this stuff.
Okay, yeah, I do.
COVID must have really got you, my friend.
You know it did, because I was sitting around.
Because you're sitting around and was watching this stuff.
And look, what happened was, and you know this, the government patented the technology that Bob Lazar whistle blew about in the 80s that basically says that these ships work by bending gravity. And then the Navy, right around COVID, they patented the technology. It's all like there. And it's like, hey, wait a second. No one even reported on it, which was weird. But they patented it. If the guy was crazy, why would they patent exactly what he said?
I'm glad this is straight whiskey.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide. All right.
1932, Wendy's founder Dave Thomas is born.
Love Wendy's. That Wendy's, it's like at 5 Points, in Tuscaloosa. There's two Wendy's there. And there were lots of nights where I slid through for the dollar menu. The one that was, over in Tuscaloosa, kind of down a little bit towards McFarland Boulevard. And then there's one that's 5 Points going towards Brookwood. I've hit both of those up on different occasions. The problem is you get the nuggets and they don't really put enough nuggets in there. So I suggest the cheeseburger.
Yeah. Junior bacon cheeseburger.
Yes.
Yeah. That's always a go-to.
Always.
1964, big day. President Lyndon Johnson signed into law a Civil Rights Act passed by Congress prohibiting discrimination on the basis of race in public accommodations, voter registration, union memberships, employment, and publicly owned or operated facilities.
This came 100 years too late. I mean, this should have been done right. You had a civil war over this. And I look back at this particular, topic and I'm like, they should have done that immediately. They should have never even had slavery. But you know what? After that point, you set people back 100 years by the way that things were then. So it's a momentous day, and it meant a lot. We still are working on, race relations every day. And if they would have done this right after they solved the conflict with the war, we'd be 100 years ahead of where we are right now.
Right. In the angry old man category, 1969, Ralph Nader warned that loud rock music threatens to produce a nation of hearing impaired people.
Huh?
What?
Huh?
Huh? Huh? Okay.
Hey, can you say that again?
Ralph Nader.
No, I'm just kidding. I got you. Yeah. Next.
Next. Let's see here. 1993, Major League Baseball's longest doubleheader ever was played.
Well, as a guy that's worked a lot of these doubleheaders, I can tell you that by the time that game's over, you're just exhausted. I mean, and I think it was the Orioles and the Yankees, or the Orioles and the Rangers or something.
No, it's the Padres and the Phillies.
Okay.
4:35 p.m. There was a rain delay, and the game began again at 5:45. Then there were two more rain delays. Game one finally ended at 1:03 in the morning. Game two began at 1:28 in the morning, went into extra innings, and ended at 4:40 a.m. Yep. That's ridiculous.
That's a long day. That's a long day
at the ballpark. I'm sure there were plenty
of fans. You got to love baseball for that.
Oh, yeah. 1996, 7 years after they shot their parents to death at the family home in Beverly Hills, Lyle and Eric Menendez were sentenced to life in prison without parole.
Yeah, how about that?
And that's a look at this day in history, this July 2nd, 2024.
All right. Well, it was fun, guys. Great show again, Brett. For you guys, get in the comment section. We'll announce the winner of the Big and Rich tickets later today. And we appreciate all you guys for being here on the show and hanging out with us. Have a great day and roll Tide. Roll.